Hey everyone, this is Borvak. Gonna record a quick video before work, just reviewing the Spider-Man Reptilian Rage #1. Actually, we're recording outside today, so hopefully you guys like this. I've got company inside, and I always feel really awkward when people can overhear me recording. So we'll see how this goes. Enjoy the sounds of nature if those are reaching the mic. But anyway, this Spider-Man Reptilian Rage, this is not a part of the regular Amazing Spider-Man run. Like, if that's on your pull list, you're not going to get this issue, unless your shop just gets it for you. But back during the Hunted arc, this issue showed up in previews, and I thought it was a tie-in. I thought if I didn't read this, because it was really heavy stuff going on with the lizard in Hunted, and I don't know if it was the description in the previews catalog or whatever. I was strongly under the impression that this was a tie-in, and I didn't want to miss it because I didn't want to not know what was going on with Hunted while I was reading the rest of those books. It turns out this is not related at all to the Hunted books. This is just an old, well, it's not old, but it's a story that takes place back in Peter Parker's history. So it's a one-off. There's not going to be a number 2. But with that being said, let's jump right in. We've got Ralph Macchio as the writer. We've got Chris Allen as the artist, Rochelle Rosenberg as the colorist, and VC's Travis Lanham as the letterer. I wonder what VC is. So we'll jump right in. Peter is interviewing for a job, an internship. He's interviewing for something at ESU, and he's going on a tour of the college, and kind of goes away from the group to meet Kurt Connors, who is, of course, the Lizard, as we all know. And you can tell this happens in the past based on just that really old computer monitor. Look at that thing. I do like the pictures of Kurt's family here. You can tell who they are, even though they're not very detailed at all. You've got him, his wife, and the kid, and one of the kid and one of his wife. None just of him, which makes sense because he is himself. So he's telling Peter they're just meeting for the first time, aside from, that the Lizard has met Spider-Man before, but Kurt doesn't know that Peter is Spider-Man. I do like that. Well, I don't have a picture of it here, but he's talking about how he's been stimulating the neurological tissues of a lizard to make it smarter, because he's experimenting with lizards because that's his thing. And so he says he has a psychic connection with his pet lizard. That's a part of his experiment, and she can actually talk to him mentally or something. It's kind of a cute thing. So Peter leaves, and some thugs come in, and they say, "Hey, we want your stuff." And he says, "No, the whole trope of the evil people. Do they work for the Kingpin?" Oh, Silvermane. They work for Silvermane. Okay. But the old trope with villains and scientists and stuff. The scientists are always, "Oh, it's not ready, it's not ready. I'm still doing research," and the villains just want to fire the button or press the button or unleash the experiment anyway. So they say, "Okay, well, we'll just steal your research instead then. If it's not complete, we'll finish it ourselves, and we're taking your little dog too, or your little lizard." So they steal the lizard. Kurt doesn't like that. Is this how this works? I know Bruce Banner turns into the Hulk when he's angry, but does the lizard I guess the lizard comes out because the lizard is upset about the other little lizard being kidnapped? Look at that. It looks so cute. It's a cute little lizard. So the lizard comes out and he starts rampaging. He wants to kill these thugs and save the lizard, supposedly, but I think the emphasis more is on killing the thugs than saving the lizard. So they're running away. They don't know what's going on. The lizard is, leaping and bounding after them, threatening to kill everyone. you know, more chase. The art here is really good, I think. Spider-Man shows up to save the thugs, like Spider-Man does. Look at these thugs, by the way. This guy is actually really short. You can't tell in this picture. Do we have another picture? I just thought that was interesting. They're not like generic thugs. We got like a blonde lady with big hair. We've got like some red-headed hipster and some short, dark-skinned guy. But they're running away. They don't want to get caught by the lizard. And what is it? Something happens. Lizard throws a bus at him, and Spider-Man has to do this thing. This almost reminds me of the PS4 Spider-Man game, where in order to save the people down below from, you know, the bus landing on them, he webs it up in mid-air, so it won't fall on them. That's pretty cool. So, yeah, like right there, that looks like one of those scenes from the PS4 Spider-Man game, which I have some complaints about, but that sort of stuff was cool. So of course, we got to like pull out every trope in the book. So the thugs run into the Museum of Natural History, and the lizard starts lecturing the humans in there about how they're about to be eaten and dinosaurs are superior and stuff, all that kind of Stegron sort of nonsense. All hail Stegron. And yeah, there's more stuff. Valkyrie. Yep, nothing matters. Jane Foster is Valkyrie. Why not? Yeah. But we go back to a regularly scheduled comic. The lizard is caught up with the thugs, and Spider-Man's like sneaking up and has to insult. Okay, this is a good place to point this out. I think my title for this video is going to be Spider-Man Reptilian Rage, a Modern Classic. Not because this issue is good. It is good, but it very much feels like it uses the Marvel method. It's trying to be in that same old style of the early Spider-Man stories with the internal monologue and the dialogue. A little bit over-explaining what's going on at every turn. Which is kind of hokey, but I think it's really trying to be an older issue. It's trying to be like one of the original Spider-Man issues, early issues. Because this supposedly would have happened shortly after one of the single-digit issues in which Peter Parker meets the Lizard for the first time. This is supposedly now their second meeting, retroactively, kind of a retcon. I don't think it interferes with anything. Or like one of the Untold Tales where they tried to do that same deal. Fit stories into the older timeline and kind of fit the older style. Like that's what this issue is trying to do. Let me see if I can find a better example of that. Well, like this isn't the best example, but he's talking to himself about, instead of showing visually, although it's doing that too, Spider-Man is talking to himself about how people are going to get hurt if the bus falls on them, because people die if they are killed. And he's kind of explaining that, we see that inner monologue, which you don't see as much in modern comics. They just kind of show what's going on. So Spider-Man distracts the lizard. They get into a fight. Nice full-page spread here. And the lizard is dying due to all the jostling. Not the lizard, but the little lizard, which is sad. But before it dies, it gives... Because apparently the lizard can speak telepathically with other lizards. Just either that, or it's because of the serum stuff that Kurt Connors gave the little lizard that allowed it to link telepathically with Kurt Connors. It can also link with the lizard, something like that. The dying little lizard gets a message through to the lizard telepathically and says, Kurt Connors took care of me, pass this message on to him. Whatever the message was, it gets through to Kurt Connors, gives him control back of the lizard. And the little lizard dies, having saved all of these people by reverting the lizard back to Kurt Connors, because again, as we're told earlier in the issue, the only Spider-Man is potentially not able to actually defeat the lizard at this point in time, because the first time he defeated him, it was only by making him take the serum rather than actually defeating him. So this time he gets saved by the little lizard. It's really sad. It's such a cute little lizard, especially if it was like kind of sentient on some level. It's kind of a sad outcome. So Spidey webs up the thugs, and classic Parker luck. He gets back to the interview for the internship or whatever at the college, and he's missed his interview, but he did the right thing. So that's the issue. I'd rate this pretty well. It's not a must read, but if you're wanting kind of an older styled story, a modern classic that kind of fits back in with the early issues, go pick it up. Spider-Man Reptilian Rage #1. Now, I left my stickers inside the house, so I'm not going to give this one a sticker, but this one is deserving of a green sticker, I think. So we'll give this one a green in spirit. Even though I don't have the actual stickers, I'll put a green sticker on it once I get inside. You guys will have to take my word for it. But what do you guys think about this issue? Let me know in the comments section. And support your local comic shop. If you don't know where your local comic shop is, do a quick search online. You can find out pretty easily. If you don't have a local comic shop nearby within driving distance, there are shops that will ship to you. You can find those online as well. I've used Midtown Comics. They're pretty good, but there are others as well, I'm sure. I know there are. That's the only one I have personal experience with. And also, if you like reading digitally, there's always Comixology and Amazon, of course. Support what you like. And again, if you like what you saw in this video, then go pick it up for yourself, physically or digitally. And that way you can read it word by word, panel by panel, and page by page, rather than just relying on my summary and review here. And I think that's all I have. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks. Bye.